point now, what is happening is that there is an infirmity in your flesh which has taken hold of you, and your spirit life is no longer flowing. And if your spirit life is not flowing, you are already dead. He said, the day you eat of this tree, you shall surely die. They may not have died physically, but spiritually they were alienated from the commonwealth of Israel. And if you cannot get support from God, what is the essence of existence? Our essence of existence as Christians, Christ likeness, carrying his glory, carrying his power, is that anytime we stay and we call upon, he can answer. The day you call upon God, he cannot answer. Check again. It means that there is something that has happened to your hunger, happened to your fire, happened to your passion, and God feel betrayed by you. The danger is that if you are not where God wants you to be, you are exactly where the devil wants you to be. And where the devil wants you to be is the place where he can kill you. When the devil is done with you, he kills you. Why? Because there is no a place that he can give to you. The devil has never prepared a place for anyone. Every place he has ever prepared for a backslider is the place of damnation. Serve him now and pay later. That is the way. So why should a believer live in a backsliding state for so long? Because of the beauty that it has for the moment. Everyone has a desire in the flesh, and we wonder, so why? And that is why there is a sound coming, and the goal of that sound is to bring men from the flesh into the spirit. Oh, foolish Galatians, how comes that you begin in the spirit and now you ended up in the flesh, and now you are being made perfect in the flesh? In the day God begin to sound for revival, it's because an army has fallen as Kadesh Barnea. There is an army that we are advancing to go for war, but now they are falling, and not just falling, they have become a bone that is dry. How comes all of a sudden army advanced and now they became a bone that is dry? And the Lord appeared unto the prophet. He said, oh prophet, we need an army in Israel, but can this bone live? They were once upon a time mighty army, but can they live? The prophet said, oh God, only thou knowest, because it looks as though their destiny has been thwarted. What happened to the army and they died? They have not yet fought the battle. How come they died? They backslided. They came to a point where as they advanced, they were deceived, and all of them fell at Kadesh Barnea. And the day when they were deceived, it looks as though God cannot use them. But glory be to God, thanks be to God, which has caused us to triumph in Christ Jesus. What may happen in the drama looks like a second chance, but I'm telling you, if there is one man that can pray, there is a God that can hearken unto a generation. He said, if my people who are called by my name can humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways and call upon me and seek my face, I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land. In the days when our land is in bondage, our land does not have a way to deliver itself. He said the entire creation waited for the manifestations of the sons of God. So creation is in bondage, waiting for the sons to awake. Who would have known that a bone that is dry is an army that cannot be resisted, until there was a prophecy? And suddenly the Lord sent a prophet. He said, prophet, prophesy unto them. I know you may not know, but prophesy, speak unto them, create a sound. And as the prophet began to speak, a sound proceed from heaven, and everything that was needed for the army to awake begin to come, and bones that were dry begin to awake, and they became an army. I don't know how your life may be, but I believe that from the sound that will proceed from this place in the next few minutes, we begin to pray, it has the ability to revive you, to reawake you again. I don't know what the devil has done, and your hunger and your passion has gone down. A cry for revival is a cry for restoration. What happened to that gift in the spirit? What happened to that ordination in the spirit? What happened to that your calling? What happened to that your passion? You know yourself more than I know you, but there is something that has been lost. And that was one of the things that Adam was looking for in the entire of his life. How comes a time came that the glory that covered him was no longer there? His life became a cupboard, and he began to crave and begin to pray and begin to cry, oh God, cover us again. See, if God give you something and you lost it, there is no amount of packaging that you do that will cover for it, because the thing that you lost has nothing to do with physical appearance. If you lose your shirt, you can buy another one. If you lose your suit, you can buy another one. If you lose a dimension in the spirit, you can't buy it. So what you do is to cry, oh God, revive me. So when you see us begin to cry, it's not because we have lost a car or a house. In fact, if they steal your car, be happy. If they steal your house, be happy, because there are things that you can easily go to the market and buy it. But where do they buy ordinations in the spirit? Where do they buy dimensions in the spirit? Where do they buy the grace of God in the spirit? Those things are not things that you can walk into any market and buy it. You can't go to a modern market and buy it. So when you see men begin to cry, it's because they knew that peradventure there was a journey they have walked in carnality, and now something has lost. And immediately when that thing leave them, what they begin to cry for is restoration. What we call restoration, what is referred to as revival. So when we say men should pray for revival, it's not because peradventure you have totally backslided, but peradventure there was a grace upon your life that you used to enjoy before, and now the grace has gone. Maybe it was the oil to pray at night. Maybe it was the prophetic grace. Maybe it was dreams and vision. There was a time when to write was an easy thing. In fact, there was a time you were writing books every month. But now when you try to write, it's as if the inspiration has flowed. There was a time you write songs like nothing. There was a time that you can easily dwell inside with God. Now it's gone. You may not have backslided, but that dimension is gone. You have to cry and say, Father, revive me again. So when wise men begin to cry for a restoration, it's not because they are foolish, it's because they know that there are things that God can give to them. But in today's society, just like that young lady, I was shocked when the devil came. He came for the one that was doing TikTok. That means in the level of the backsliding, the one that watched football is still safe. In fact, the one that watched news is still safe. But the one on TikTok, God became zero. So when they check in the spirit, the demon saw that God is 0%. The other one, God may be 10%, but this one is 0%. And that's to let you understand that if you are in that thing, I ask a lady, are you the one in this TikTok? I'm saying, how come physically like this you are a sister in fellowship? On TikTok you are like Cardi B. There are many guilty people here. Papa, most of these our ladies, if you follow them on TikTok, you may not be able to preach on Sunday, because what your eyes will see, your mouth cannot say. You will lack utterance. You will need the entire church to pray for you for utterance. One of those ladies that were mentoring, one day I just went on a TikTok, and what I saw, I said, where did you learn this thing from? The whispers of the dragon. In the days that the serpent entered into the Garden of Eden, he began to whisper unto Eve, and as he began to whisper, she had a sound that was not of revival, and it brought her to death. That twerking you are twerking every morning and put it on TikTok, who told you to do it? Which sound did you hear? That's why you must hear another sound of revival, because something has taken away your hunger and passion for God. There was a time when you wake up in the morning, you went and kneel down and begin to cry. Now when you wake up, you set your camera, you even bought ring light. You bought a ring light that have many places for camera, so you are getting different angle. So as you are twerking, you are showing bum bum, you are showing breast at the same time, and we are wondering how it was different angles that came from your different ring light. You need to hear another sound of it, because the sound you heard that will make you look for followers on TikTok, you need to hear another sound that will make you have a voice in the spirit. Because in the days of war, your followers on TikTok will not save you, but there is an assembly in the spirit that can preserve you. There is a day when TikTok will fade away. There is a day when Instagram will fade away. Don't just only have stature on Facebook and not have stature in the spirit. Don't just only have followers in TikTok and not have followers in the spirit, because in the days of war you will die and your followers will be gone.